Oh, mighty fight by Garzelli. Has he got anything left in the tank, though? Because he makes to the back of the peloton. He's got to keep going, keep on the right-hand side of the road and keep going. There's Russell Downing at the front for Sky. Sky get on the front now and begin to drill it. Gosh, this is going to be right interesting old finish now. Well, I would suggest that they might be riding for Peter Kenyuk. Kenyuk is right up in the young riders classification, and he is super strong. And with 4 kilometers to go, is it a little bit early, one wonders? Or are they trying to deliver Kenyuk to the bottom of that climb so he can just launch himself up? It's still pretty technical before they get there. And Sean Yates, Director Sportive, has decided it's their turn to do some ride on the front. He's the man in the know, Sean, but is it a little bit too early?
Well, it's difficult to calculate. If you can hold off, you know, for a little bit more, it's better. As we can see, you know, there's other teams taking it up now, and some of the Sky riders have peeled off. But still, there's 2-3 of them, I think, together here. So it's, you know, still looking good. If they can take him onto the bottom of the climb in, you know, the top 5 or 6 riders, then Peter Kenyuk, he just have to look after himself.
3.4 kilometers to go. The other man that Ride Argyle, obviously, that's the Garmin Cervelo Twitter feed, saying, well, we have got Brett Lancaster and Morelia Fisher. We had mentioned Morelia Fisher as being the sort of rider who could do something today. That was way back in our broadcast. But he's been quite heavily used. This is a difficult bend. They've got to get around here safely. I wouldn't have thought. I know Brett's pretty fast, but he's got to get up the hill first. 3K, speed all knocked off. It's all about positioning now, Sean.
Yes, and all about position as you come into that corner, because you have to knock your speed off. Difficult to move up here if you're a bit further off. So, you know, I think the Sky team have done a good job it looks like that is Peter Kenyuk they must be riding for. And, you know, if you can keep him in there in a good position, as we can see, is that Russell Downing there? And
yep, it is, yep.
With Kenyuk in his wheel, and perfect position at the moment as we come to the 2.5 to go. Also
good riding by Peter Wiening, staying right up towards the front. This is the run down by the Seaboard now, looking over the shoulder is back. Then Russell Downing do a fine job. The most underrated rider in British cycling is pushing to keep his man Peter Kenyuk up there. Somebody's going to come off, are they? Is that a motorcycle that's going on? I hope not. Little right-hander followed by a very technical left-hander, and they're into a very tight loop almost immediately. They have to double back on themselves to the right and then to the left at the bottom of this little hill here. This is quite dangerous, this next little bit. They have a hard right-hand turn, and then they've got to go hard left after that. Sky have done a good job. This is where there's going to be all sorts of people attacking and going around the outside. Radio Shack. Looks, there's a Robbie Hunter who's gone a little bit towards the front here. Fighting to stay in the right position now is vitally important. Actually, it looked like Popovic at the front.
Yes, I think it's Popovic.
Now Farnese Vini. Oscar Gatto, we mentioned earlier, has had very good form. We saw him the other day and he's hit the climb early. Oscar Gatto goes. The other riders are just looking at each other a little bit. Who's going to go after him? Gatto has gone on the attack here. Oscar Gatto takes the next curve and into the last run in towards the finish now. That's a good attack now. It's Alberto Contador. Alberto Contador has gone on the attack away from the rest of the peloton. He's chasing down Oscar Gatto, and nobody has gone with him as yet. They must surely be chasing him behind. This is Oscar Gatto, man who looked in good form the other day. And Farnese Vini were working very hard for him, but Alberto Contador is behind him. Well, there's the answer to the question yesterday. Was he bluffing? Was he sandbagging? Well, maybe he was, and the rest of the peloton are going to come streaming down after them with about 700 meters to go. Gatto He's going to drive for the line. He's likely to take the win, but Contador is trying to eat up on that back wheel of his. Gatto has the better sprint. Contador is the overall contender. Gatto runs for the line. He's not going to get caught by Alberto Contador, but everybody else must surely not give it too many seconds away to Alberto Contador.
No, it's going to happen for Gatto. I think he's holding off very well. We can see the bunch, they're looking about there. A quick step taking it up, but pulling off the front. Gatto
still has about 50 metres, maybe a little less, over Alberto Contador with less than 500 to go now. 350. Contador's more concerned about whether the peloton is going to catch him. And somebody is coming out of the front here. Kenyuk, I think it is, who is hard on the barriers. Difficult to tell at the moment for Sky. Contador is almost upon Oscar Gatto. Gatto looks over his shoulder. Contador is driving towards. I think Gatto's got enough. 25 to go. Oscar Gatto gets the win. Contador gets it. The seconds, about 5 seconds only in the end it was for Alberto Contador. Well, an unexpected attacker in the last kilometre and a half, Sean. Alberto Contador having a go in a finish I wouldn't have expected him to really shine in.
No, certainly not. Just too short altogether for Contador really, to have the opportunity to attack. But it's all about position, and I think you could see that final run. It was so technical, very, very tight corners, and Contador just got a good position, see the opportunity moment, and went for it, and amazingly just got the gap. And I presume the other ones, the Scarponis and the other big favourites, just not in the position to chase him down immediately.